Welcome back to another WoW video. Today we'll be showcasing 6 farms to help you stockpile for T-Mog. These spots can make you a good sum of gold in the auction house, plus a little raw gold on the side. I will have a Miro link in the description that will have full details and all. There will be timestamps if you want to skip certain parts of the video. Before we get into that, if this type of video is not for you, make sure to check out my last video covering auction house versus raw gold. There will be 6 spots in total for this video. This will be part 1 of sorts to help players get a mass of T-Mog. So a few things first, the more the better. If you have a vast selection of T-Mog, the chances of selling skyrockets compared to restricted inventory. That said, auction house T-Mog selling is never 100%. So be warned, you are diving into this, you got to understand it always is a gamble when it comes to selling T-Mog. Second, high-end items are always a jump for joy, but when it takes ages to sell, you kind of get a letdown. So seek them, but don't expect them to sell right away. Third, a farm that gives you the same green 4 to 5 times might not sell as much as another farm that gives greens less of the time. I am stating this due to the farms I picked for today's video. Fourth, price for total is based off mid-US value. Not your server, not mine. These prices will change depending on your server. As I always say, you won't get the total price of the total run due to undercut supply and demand on realms. So before I get this will not sell that much, I'm letting it know now. I never say or will say T-Mog sells 100%. I am plainly just giving my results and proof. Last but not least, I have noticed an increase of sales for T-Mog on my server and others. I would suggest others do T-Mog farming at the moment due to this, even if it's not something you normally do. One of 2 dungeons you can run in this area. This dungeon is oldie, dating back to vanilla if I'm correct, with a total of 65,676 auction house gold and 814 raw gold. It's not that bad. I will say that we got a total of 45 T-Mog, which is 42 greens and 3 blues. Notable items can be found in the Miro. I will just go over each dungeon briefly and we will cover that in the Miro section, which leads us to the service entrance. The service entrance is going to be lesser of the two, even with more mobs. I just got a total of 22,621 auction house gold and 636 raw gold with a 25 greens and 1 blue. Not as much as the first one, but together that is 91 T-Mog for 2 hours. Not too much, but understand most of these are not dupes. One every now and then might, but as stated, the more variety of T-Mog you have, the better sales that it can actually be. Halls of Lightning and Halls of Stone are night and day when it comes to rare drops. Halls of Lightning is up first. You are going to want to do all of it and use the old get out of the dungeon party trick. Doing this net me 31,793 auction house gold and 2,229 raw gold, which blew my mind. It's nice to find a farm that is okay for auction house and okay with raw gold at the same time. Most of the time it's one or the other. Now I did get 41 greens and 15 blues. The blues are low valued of the 2 dungeons due to dupes dropping here a lot, so don't expect to get much for them. Halls of Stone, on the other hand, is the winner of the two with a total of 87,170 auction house gold, 1,540 raw gold, and 52 T-Mog. I was livid to know these drops were legit when it came to the auction house, plus a okay raw gold drop. It's not bad farm to do. Also remember not to do the last 2 boss fights because there's nothing there, not even new mobs. To be honest with you, it's just a waste of time and you're not really going to get anything off of them. With a total of 108 T-Mog, I can safely say that these are great farms for T-Mog. I would suggest you give them a go, Stones being the clear winner. We will be covering Crawl and Downs. If you have not figured it out yet, I wanted to cover the joint farms for each other. There are so many out there, but I think this is a great way to start our T-Mog series. Crawl being on the chopping block first, oh my, has it not produced the meat we needed. 41 total T-Mog with a 29 greens and 12 blues. We got a total of 155,198 auction house gold due to items like Black Velvet Robes, Vendetta, Sword of Decay, and more that dropped or were looted from chests in a dungeon. It was not a bad run, and to be honest, not every run is going to be like this. If they were, these items will be legit worthless. How much raw gold did I get? 656 raw gold, not bad, but nothing to call home to. So how much did Downs get? Before I get into that, did you know I'm working on a 100-page Gnome and Goblin gold guide? Oh, you did not know that? Well, check out my Patreon below for information and join the Mustache Army. Back to the regular programming. With Downs being the last on our list, how did it do to the other farms that we showed today? 61,903 auction house gold with 534 raw gold and 37 greens and 2 blues. Not as good as his counterpart, but nothing to complain about. both totaling 80 T-Mog. Remember, this video is based off of T-Mog gangs, not how to farm each dungeon. Sorry for the lack of where it said farm is or where the route's at. This has been discussed countless times already on my channel, plus the Miro section has all that. The Miro is very simple. Its center shows each expansion icon, which leads to farms that go with the expansion. Each section will have a map of the farm, details I discussed in the video, plus notable items such as patterns, recipes, plans, and more. Each farm will eventually have 10 hours ran, either from me or others who want to help with this. Updates to come include auction house price, list of items listed, confirmed drop per farm, percent of drops per farm, class suggestions, and more. This is just a start of this Miro, and to be honest, it has a sister spreadsheet. I expect this Miro to grow fast and be a beacon of farming for those who want to see all in one guide. Like I said before, it's one page of 100 to come. There will be a link to the page for a limited time, and when the time is up, it will only be accessible only for Patrons. With that, thank you so much from all my Patrons for going that extra mile. Even giving $1 helps us out so much, but thank you so much to those who even went a little bit further. Like always, if you enjoyed my content, please like, subscribe, and as always, stay stashy.